What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and welcome to the Treetop News for this Friday, August the 5th. Oh my goodness, the weekend is here. It's Friday. It's Friday. I hope you guys are having a good one. As you all know, I uploaded a video earlier called Let Them Fight, which includes Terrell Owens and some white woman he doesn't like in his neighborhood. So that's going to be our ridiculousness for today. And I'm just going to keep it with international and national news. So let me just go ahead and get right on into it. Thank you so much for looking at this program. Thank you for actually engaging with me in the comments section. I love you for that. And now, without further ado, let's get on with the Treetop News, starting with international news. Enjoy. Okay, so let's talk about Brittany Griner. Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't record these videos like the day that you see them. They're recorded either late at night or early in the morning, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So when the news came out yesterday that Brittany Griner got 9 years, I was in bed, okay? The video was already recorded, edited, and uploaded. So just because you see it during the same time that the news is being released does not mean that I got that news right then and there. Some of y'all need to drink some smart water before you look at my videos, okay? And maybe you just need to know the back end of this. Maybe you need to know the back end, some back end information so that you understand. And when you look at the video, it was recorded about 6 hours or 5 hours earlier. And sometimes when you get breaking news, I didn't get it because it didn't happen when I recorded this video. So I'll do it the following day like I'm going to do right now when it comes to Brittany Griner. So as you all know by now, she received 9 years. I'm going to read something to you because now I see the move that Russia is making in reference to letting her go. I think Brittany knows she's going to get released soon, so that's the reason why she didn't have any emotions when they read her her sentence. So let me read this and I'm going to show you who I think Russia wants America to trade in addition to the bad dude, as Trump would call him, that they have now. So let me just read this really quickly. And let me dim this out for a second. Here we go. So, WNBA star Brittany Griner was sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison after being convicted of drug charges by a Moscow court Thursday. Griner pleaded guilty last month in a lengthy trial that has underscored the frayed relationship between the United States and Russia since the Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine. Prosecutors asked the sentence to be of 9.5 years after closing arguments Thursday. In a final plea for leniency, an emotional Griner apologized and repeated that she never intended to break any Russian laws, but that she had made an honest mistake. Just hours later, Judge Anna, okay, here are these last names. Y'all know me and names. I'm just not good with them, daggone it. Just hours later, Judge Anna, with the Russian last name, returned to announce she had been found guilty of drug possessions and smuggling. Griner, who is 31 years old, will also have to pay a fine of 1 million rubles, which is $16,590, but can appeal that verdict. Attention will now turn to the potential for a prisoner swap between Washington and Moscow. United States officials are not expecting rapid movement in the effort to get Griner released, but will keep pressing the issue, as U.S. officials told NBC News. Today, American citizen Brittany Griner received a prison sentence that is one more reminder of what the world already knew. Russia is wrongfully detained. Joe, Poopy Pants Joe. Poopy Pants Joe said Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittany. She admitted to breaking the law. Once again, the bigotry of lower expectation. She came into Russia with cannabis oil. She knew that was against the law. She broke the law of the land, and they are punishing her for it. Now, I know y'all don't do that here in these liberal cities and these liberal states. You give a little slap on the wrist and go, don't do that no more, Shaquita. Don't do that no more, Tyrone. And that's what y'all think that's how it is worldwide. It doesn't work that way. So she was not wrongly detained. She broke the law. That's how that works. I'm not going to read all this boom, boom. Let me see. Let me just get back to the part right here where it is important. Okay, here we go. Griner was detained at Moscow's, Russian name I can't pronounce, airport in February. Russian authorities said they found vape canisters with cannabis oil, and I think it's about, what was that? Was it an ounce or something like that? I'm not sure. In her luggage. Griner, two-time Olympic gold medalist, admitted the canisters were hers, so she admitted she broke the law. She said she took them to Russia unintentionally. That's a lie. After packing in her luggage. Now, here's the thing right here. I want to get to this. This is a long article. Jeez Louise. Okay. Hold on. I want to get to where they said that they're going to do a prisoner swap. Okay. In May, the State Department reclassified Griner as having been wrongfully detained and transferred oversight of her case to the its presidential envoy for hostage affairs. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has detained Griner, is being held as a hostage. Yeah, okay, right. Biden spoke with Griner's wife, Sherelle Griner, last month. He also sent a letter directly to Griner after she sent him a handwritten note pleading for help. Whatever. Where is that thing they said? Let's see. Cannabis medically used. Oh man, I guess I don't have. This article is really long, and I was coming to the part where they agreed that now that she's been found guilty, they're going to go ahead and seek to do the hostage, prisoner swap. So let me just go ahead and read this article because I got about another article after this that's going to sum it up. Okay, so this is very important. Say Russia ready to discuss prisoner swap with U.S. after Griner gets 9 years in jail. So I think that's what Russia was waiting on. They were waiting on her to be sentenced first, and then they was going to start the negotiation. Okay. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow was now ready to discuss this topic, but only within the framework of diplomatic channels that he said had been previously agreed upon by President Poopy Pants Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Sergei Lavrov said, I need to know how to pronounce his last name. It's not that hard. Lavrov. There is a special channel that has been agreed upon by the presidents, and no matter what anyone says publicly, the channels remain relevant, he said at the news conference at a meeting within the Association of Southeast Asian Nations in Cambodia. And then Biden said Thursday his administration would continue to work tirelessly and pursue every possible avenue to bring Griner and Paul Whelan, who is serving 16-year sentence for espionage, back home. All right, so there you have it. Okay, America wants Griner and Paul Whelan in exchange for, they're going to give Russia Victor, Russian last name. And he's been convicted of arms, of selling weapons and everything like that. So I think Russia wants Victor. So this is what I think. I think Russia is going to give America Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner in exchange for Victor and this guy. All right. Now let's hear me out. This guy was arrested for cybercrime. He's Russian. He was arrested for cybercrime back in 2017. And now all of a sudden they had, because I think he was found guilty in France. Let me just go ahead and read the article for you guys to stop trying to remember it from memory. But all of a sudden, he's now being released to America. A Russian crypto entrepreneur accused by the United States of launching billions of dollars has apparently been handed over to American custody by Greece days after Athens secured his extradition from France. Okay, here we go. Alexander Vinisk. Okay, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Alexander, Russian last name, family said on Friday that he had been taken to Boston overnight on a private jet and then moved to San Francisco after making a phone call to them. Earlier in the week, French authorities allowed Greece to take custody of Alexander, can't pronounce his last name. His French lawyer said Frederic Balo suggested the extradition was a deceptive maneuver that would be followed by his transfer to the United States. Alexander was arrested in Greece in 2017 at the request of the United States government, which accused him of using the now defunct BTC cryptocurrency trading platform to launder between $4 billion and $9 billion. Wow. Hold on, I should have read. You know what? I should pre-read my articles, but I don't. He laundered between $4 billion and $9 billion. Whoa. Okay. So I think Russia wants him back along with Victor back. So I told you, they're not going to do that 2 for 1. They're going to do 2 for 2. You give us 2, we'll give you 2. And that's how it's going to go down. So I think that's what's going to happen. But they're still going to discuss. Trust me, they got plenty of time. Well, Poopy Pants Biden don't have that long. But Brittany has got like 9 years to serve. And that Wayland dude got 16. So, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be happy. But I got a funny feeling they're going to get traded. The prisoner swap is going to happen sometime this year. So what do you think? It's going to happen this year or next year? That's what I think. But time will tell. All right, so let's go to the little man that always begging for the weapons and money. By the way, I want to let you guys know that the little trick I used did work to a certain degree, but I kept talking about the L word and the G word and all some other stuff, and then it got dinged for that. But I noticed that when you don't say this person's full name, you don't get dinged with the yellow thing so quickly. So I'm going to do it again, okay? So I'm not going to use his name. I'm going to say the little beggar man, the little pee-wee beggar who always begging for money and weapons. I'm going to want money and weapons. So it looks like the little pee-wee man who's always begging for money and weapons, angered by lack of help from the EU. What? Oh my goodness. What? Ukrainian President Vladimir, I need some money and weapons, has lashed out at the EU, accusing the bloc of deliberately withholding 8 billion euros, which is $8.18 billion in aid promised to his country amid the conflict with Russia. Oh my God! We just gave this fool over $550 million last week, and he's still crying about more money that the EU didn't give him. So what? We gave him up to $8 billion. The EU did not give him $8 billion, so now he crying about it? Once again, I want y'all to know, these people can never complain about Africa begging. This is the biggest welfare case I have ever seen in my life. All right, This is what the little clown said. Every day and in a different way, I remind some EU leaders that Ukrainian pensioners are displaced persons and teachers and other people who depend on payments from the budget shouldn't be hostage of their indecision of bureaucracy. Wait a minute, that's not their problem. What the heck? The EU has suspended the allocation of 8 billion euros, and this artificially delayed in financial aid for our country is either a crime or a mistake here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did he say that? Wait a minute. Let me read that again, okay? I apologize, guys, for not pre-reading this. Okay. The EU has suspended the allocation of $8 billion, and this, quote, artificially delay in microfinancial aid for our country is either a crime or a mistake. You not giving me any money is a crime. Or it could be a mistake. I am willing to understand these problems can happen. Could you imagine if you had said, hey, I'm gonna, hey, little Pee-wee, I'm gonna give you about $20, okay? That should give you a little bit money to get you something to eat from McDonald's or something like that, right? And something comes up and you either forgot to give the money or you just decided you don't want to give the money because you basically you need that $20 from yourself. And little Pee-wee come up to you and say, listen, the $20 you promised to give me, it's a crime. I'm going to report you to the local authorities. I'm going to go to the police. Or it was a mistake and you forgot to give me my $20 that you promised me. Either way, I want my money. Just a clown, dude. I swear he's such a clown. Do I want to read the rest of this? That's a big no. I don't want to do it. Okay, let's move on over to South Korea. Dude, check this out. South Korea gave Pelosi the cold shoulder. Okay, I can tell you in short what happened here. I didn't even got to read the article because I basically saw this yesterday. So Nancy Pelosi made an unexpected trip to South Korea. And this is the president of South Korea, and he is right-leaning. He's a conservative. And he don't like what the United States been doing. He didn't like the little stunt that nasty dentures Pelosi pulled in Taiwan. So he on vacation. But look, he on vacation in Seoul. And so Nancy was like, I'm coming to Seoul and I just want to know, are you going to come and do a photo op with me? And then he was like, no, dude, I'm on vacation. But we're in the same area. I'm from America. And he was like, dude is like, I'm not leaving the comfort of my friends and family to come see your wrinkled butt in your Pepto-Bismol pantsuit. I'm not here for that, okay? He was like, I'll call you. You can get off the plane and get on a South Korea telephone and I'll call you. But me coming down there to visit you, that's not gonna happen. So he is actually embracing, which I'm really shocked to hear this. He is actually taking the side of China, and he wants the United States to not keep rocking the boat. And so this was a pretty surprise news that I thought that South Korea was all about the United States and their liberal agenda, but come to find out that's not the case. But check it out. China has now issued some more sanctions against Pelosi. And I think they also are starting to announce some sanctions that they're about to impose upon the United States. So let me read this. I haven't read it, so excuse the cold reading, okay? Hey, listen, I had inferior education in the hood. Okay, here we go. China to halt military climate talks with U.S. over Pelosi trip. China announced it would halt cooperation with the United States in a number of areas following the United States House Speaker Nasty Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan, including working-level talks on climate change and defense. The 8 measures unveiled in a statement on Friday includes halting climate talk, which we don't care, counseling dialogue with military leaders, which who cares, counseling working meetings with the United States, who cares, counseling meetings with the United States over maritime safety, halting cooperation on fighting crime, halting working meetings on repatriating illegal immigrants, halting judicial cooperation, halting cooperation on combating drugs. China had earlier announced unspecified sanctions on Pelosi. Here it is. You know what? Who cares about any of this? Like, real talk. Okay? Once again, like, looks like I was right too. China is not going to issue any sanctions in reference to the stuff that they sell to us, on the stuff that they make for us, on the businesses that we are allowed to have over there. This stuff right here is, what does this achieve? This is a nothing burger here. So these sanctions, how is that? Big deal. Oh, man. Once again, China is China, you're such a disappointment. Go sit down. Anyway, that concludes international news. So let's move over to national and local news. Thinking about putting this in the international news block, but I realized no, this does belong in the national news block because this is something that's happening right here in our country. Chinese company buys 300 acres near American Air Force Base. Lawmakers voice national security concern. A Chinese food manufacturing company has bought 300 acres of land in North Dakota, just 20 minutes from the Grand Forks Air Force Base. The Fufeng Group, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that in Chinese, but it's going to be Fufeng today, baby. The Fufeng Group, which is based out of Shangdao, China, has recently purchased the sprawling property in Grand Forks, North Dakota. CNBC reports the 300-acre plot of land is roughly 20 minutes from the Grand Forks Air Force Base. CNBC also notes that the base is home to some of the nation's most sensitive military drone technology. Now we get into the nitty-gritty of what's going on. And that it also houses a space networking center, which a North Dakota senator calls the backbone of the U.S. military communication across the globe. Some security experts are calling for the project to be halted, warning that the plant could give Chinese intelligence increased access to the military's base operations. The United States Air Force, however, has not yet taken an official stance on the purchase. Well, why not? Why not? Huh? Why not? See, that's the question you need to ask yourself. Why not? I could be proven wrong, but I think the U.S. realized that they have crossed that line with China, and that, you know, they both are trying to keep the relationship good because they both making money off of each other. But I could be wrong. You know, who knows? Oh boy, I'm about to face palm. Yep, there I go. You guys can't tell right now, but I have my hand on my face and I'm rubbing my forehead in disgust right now. Sinema agrees to move forward with Democrats' spending and tax legislation. All three of these clowns got a D by their name: Joe Manchin, Sinema, and Chuck Schumer. Of course they're going to be for higher taxes. Of course they're going to sit up here and Joe Manchin, out of all people, really, and I'm going to talk about him in this one right here because I think this is, oh my God, I think Joe's done. because now he has gone against his own constituents. Real quick, let me read this, and then I'm going to read the other article because that's very important. Senator Christian Sinema, who's a demon rat out of Arizona, announced Thursday that she will move forward with the Democrats' taxation and social spending bill. Sinema was previously holding out on the deal Democrats refer to as the Inflation Reduction Act. Anything that says Inflation Reduction is going to be Inflation Increase Act. It's just the opposite of it. Like the Patriot Act just basically took away a lot of our rights. The Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer struck a deal with Senator Joe Manchin. Economic experts and Biden administration official previously noted that the $739 billion Democratic spending plan will do next to nothing to combat inflated prices over the next decade. Yeah, but it's going to increase your taxes, and y'all know damn well that the Democrats love increasing your taxes. But Joe, why you had to do it, Joe? Why you had to go against your base, Joe? What's wrong with you, man? Egregious. Coal industry leaders condemn Manchin-backed climate bill. The West Virginia Coal Association and several other state coal groups blasted demon rat Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia for sponsoring a bill that will severely threaten the industry in a statement on Wednesday. The leaders of 8 state coal trade associations slammed Manchin for joining his party in supporting the purported Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, which contains provisions that will target the coal industry. According to the statement, Manchin's support for the bill, which was welcomed by resident Joe Poopy Pants Biden and the environmental activists, is causing the coal sector to doubt the senator's efforts to protect coal jobs across America. Quote, this legislation will serve to severely threaten American coal and the $261 billion of annual revenue that it produces for the nation's overall economy and attendant of 381,000 American jobs, the group said, citing statistics from West Virginia University's Bureau of Business and Economic Research. Say goodbye to your re-election, Joe. You in trouble, poor thing. Oh, speaking of poor thing, Alex Jones is ordered to pay more than $4 million to Sandy Hook parents. I don't really need to read this, or oh my God, where did Alex get his lawyers from? Holy smokes! Either they got paid off, or they were just agents in the first place and duped Alex and then thinking I'm just really dumbfounded. But I'm not really worried about Alex. I'm not really worried about this $4 million. I'm not really worried about none of this stuff. If I know Alex should fight this and appeal it. He had a very biased judge. It was just, oh my God, I don't know what to tell you guys about this case, but I'm lost with words, really, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I hope Alex still has some fight in him and protect himself financially, but most of all, just appeal it, because that was not a fair trial. It wasn't at all. And I would definitely do my best if I was Alex Jones to sue his lawyers and get them disbarred for what they did. I mean, holy smokes. Anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about this story just briefly. A man trying to sell his home after squatters took over while he was on vacation. They allegedly beat him up. Now, here's the deal. This is liberal. This is a liberal guy. This is out of Oregon, I think. Let me see. Portland, Oregon. Okay. Now, I read this entire article, and one of the things I noticed that they didn't mention is how long was he gone out that house? Okay. That's what I want to know. So this is a nice neighborhood. It's not even really close to the city, but it's somewhere in the suburban area. And for some reason, when he left, he won't tell people how long he was going on quote unquote vacation. Squatters are there. They are running meth out of this house. The neighbors are very upset. But then they said he went in there and they beat him up, but he didn't call the police. So do you see all the red flags that's with this story? Real quick here, because I just want to bring stories like this so you guys don't automatically feel sorry for the narrative that's being pushed and start look through the holes in some people's stories. A homeowner in Southeast Portland, Oregon says strangers squatting on his property beat him up when he asked them to leave. Yet still he didn't call the police. Say, that's what you did. Say, you didn't call the police. You didn't press charges. You can't have that much type of white guilt to sit up here and not call the police. Nathan Jones, a realtor with Brookshire Hathaway Home Services, is currently trying to sell the man's home after he left town in January. So did he leave in January and came back in May or June? You know what I'm saying? Because if you left your home, and what kind of vacation is several months, by the way, and you left your home for several months and then you come back and they're squatters, like how were you surprised? Okay. And by the way, you voted for the type of legislation that requires them to stay there for a good 3 months before you can legally kick them out. Anyway, some guys, they just basically walked into the property, took it over. How? That's a lot of stuff I want to know. Jones is looking to sell the home for $330,000, but there's squatters in there. To someone willing to take on the difficult process of evicting the squatters, this is another hole. If you're selling the house for this type of money, and that's a lot of money for a little rinky-dink shack like that, then why don't you go through the eviction process yourself? It costs money. You got to get an attorney, file all those papers, and it's like 90 days minimum. You don't have the financial resources, you're screwed, and that's the bottom line. Okay, still, just like I said, it takes about, what, three to 6 months? More than likely 6 months to get someone evicted, but still, nobody's going to buy this home for this type of price, and they got to still evict them out and go through the same procedures that you're not going to go through. But once again, this is what I call, hey, let liberals and demon rats suffer the consequences for their own actions, for the people that they support, that make the rules that makes their lives difficult. They reap what they sow. And last but not least, I am so happy about this news. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I must admit it. We finally did it. Yes. Taters, you all know I'm vegan, but I hate Beyond Meat. I hate Impossible Burgers. This is the type of fake Frankenstein food that is very bad for you. It's full of harmful chemicals, and there are unknown ingredients, and that is probably cancerous to you. And here's another thing too. There are some ingredients that they won't even give you, they won't tell you how it's made and what's it made from. This is a fake meat that's made literally in a laboratory. This is a food that's literally made by scientists. And the reason why I'm against it, because you're probably thinking like, well, Tree, if you're a vegan, wouldn't you want to eat this meat? No. This is very harmful, chemical-induced type of fake meat. I don't deal with that. Plus, the fact that they got rid of the garden burger that I really love so much. This was a patty that was made from vegetables, and it had wheat gluten that would bind it together, and it was very delicious. And they got rid of that out of Burger King, out of I'm missing another fast food restaurant that they used to have this type of actual garden burger out of, and they got rid of it and they replaced it with Impossible Burger that comes from the Beyond Meat franchise. And I was mad. So I was like, you know what? I started telling people who like steak, who like their hamburgers, to don't even deal with this type of fake meat. But the good thing is that many of you who love your red meat, you realize that you're not going to go to a very pricier and milk toast substitute. And that's really good. So let's read this and let's celebrate together, because I think this is the beginning of the end of the Beyond Meat franchise, as well as the Impossible Burger. Beyond Meat cuts sale forecasts as consumers shun pricier fake meat. Beyond Meat Incorporated on Thursday lowered its revenue forecast for the year and announced job cuts as rising inflation hurt the company's effort to make the pricier plant-based meat more affordable for customers. Yeah, I don't understand. It's not meat, but it costs more than an actual hamburger. Make that make sense. Higher prices of plant-based meat have slowed the growth of the category, with people trading down to lower-priced chicken and beef. Beyond Meat chef executive Ethan Brown said on the earnings call, the second quarter saw sequential contradictions in the United States household penetration of plant-based meat for the first time in more than 4 years, Brown said, citing data from Numerator. Okay, so Beyond Meat now expects 2022 revenue of $470 million to $520 million, compared with the price range of $560 million to $620 million. Analysts were expecting revenue of $559.4 million. I can't believe they made that much. Okay. I'm sitting here saying, who is buying this stuff? But anyway, it gets better. It looks like a lot of the franchises are getting rid of this meat. Beyond Meat sales dropped as fast food trails flop. McDonald's is McDone with the plant burger. Now, this is really good. Beyond Meat sales have fizzled rather than sizzled after fast food trials of its products had customers asking, "Where's the beef?" Oh, remember that lady, "Where's the beef?" from the Wendy's commercial? McDonald's is the latest fast food giant to complete a trial of a Beyond Meat plant-based product, the McPlant Burger. J.P. Morgan Chase Company analyst Ken Goldman released a market research note that indicated the product was being broadly discontinued in the United States last Thursday. The two companies signed a 3-year global distribution deal in 2021. Mr. Goldman, who spoke with employees at 25 McDonald's locations, wrote that, not surprisingly, the reason sometimes being cited is that the product did not sell well enough and that the product was McDone in the United States, according to The Fly, a financial news site. Other trials at Panda Express and Yum brands, KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Yeah. They were selling fake McChicken from the Beyond Meat, and they also was putting fake pepperoni meat on the pizza. People wasn't buying it. First of all, it didn't taste the same. Second of all, it was a little bit more pricier. So why pay more for something that's fake? You know what I'm saying? If you're getting if the original tastes good and you want something that's going to be fake to the original, it should be cheaper. But no, like, you never sell generic more than the price brand, the actual original brand. It's just dumb. Anyway, so Pizza Hut got rid of it. KFC got rid of it. I didn't know Taco Bell had it, so that's a surprise to me. Okay, so these companies have also ended without subsequent product launch. Beyond Meat products at Dunkin', Hardee's, and A&W have been discontinued after launching. I didn't know Dunkin' Donuts did that. Why? Quote, "You're not going to change culture tastes overnight. Recruiting your next phase of customers requires more innovation and better tasting products." They want the real thing. Bring back my garden burger. Let these people eat their meat. They don't want this fake stuff. Beyond Meat cut 40 jobs Wednesday in an effort to save money before it burns through all of its remaining cash. In 2022, its stocks have fallen by almost 50% and fell by a similar amount in 2021. In a research note cited by Bloomberg, David Traynor of the investment research firm New Constructs wrote, "Beyond Meat has failed to generate any positive free cash flow since going public in 2019. Yay! This is good news. I'm so happy." Mr. Traynor also told Bloomberg that the layoffs could help, but that the proof is yet to be seen until we can see how much they can slow the burn. Go out of business. Nobody wants your Franken style meat. Nobody wants it. I know you guys don't want this. Listen. Come on. We can work together. A vegan and meat eaters work together. Spread the word. Tell everybody not to get this. By the way, I'm going to take this section up to Treetop News dealing with the Beyond Meat, and I'm going to make it in an individual video, so it's going to be a shorter format. I want you to go to Liberty South Media. Link will be available in the description box as well as the pinned comment, and share this section. Come on, let's work together so that I can get my garden burger back and you don't have to be shamed or pressured into eating Frankenstein meat. And there you have it, taters. The conclusion to the Treetop News for this Friday, August the 5th. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, as you can see, I didn't have an ending like ridiculousness or social media because I uploaded a video about several hours prior to this. I think I uploaded around about 9:45 or something like that early in the morning to let you guys know that this Treetop News is going to be late, and that was called Let Them Fight. That could be just a new segment that I will add on, but I decided to have, since I knew this was going to be late, I decided to upload that on its own. So that's the reason why you only have international news as well as national news. Also, don't forget to go and subscribe to my new channel. I will be taking 2 stories from the Treetop News and making them into short clips so that you can share that with your friends and family. Now remember, those clips on the Liberty South Media channel, my new channel, those clips will be highly PG, no profanity, and it will be clean and it'll be short and to the point, and you can share it with your friends and loved ones. So please go over there and subscribe. Be sure to leave a like on those videos and comment so that I can get caught up in that algorithm. Anyway, it's Friday. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. If you want to watch some movies with us, you can come over to my website, treeoflogic.com, at 8 o'clock. We're going to be watching some movies. I think tonight we're going to be watching Blade. And then after that, I forgot what the second movie is, but it'll be good. So anyway, but if you don't see me today on my own channel, then I will see you this Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. for the, what is that called? The Sunday Madness show, okay? All right, this is Tree. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Be sure to leave a like, share the video, and also engage with me. Come talk to me, please. I need somebody to talk to me in the comment section. I will see you when I see you. Later, taters.